CTV Channel 6 is proud to present the Roundtable. What's happening in the city, what's going to be coming up in the city. Roundtable gives us a chance to sit down with some celebrities, public officials, people who are important to the community.
My fifth term.
Yeah, it worked out. 5.5 months as the sheriff.
We're a public agency.
We needed a program where we could have a little more in-depth time, find out more about them, who they are, what they're doing, find out what their thoughts are, and let you have a chance to get to know them a little better. Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable. My name is Paul Dingham, and I host these programs which appear in Marine City and St. Clair on Channel 6 on Thursdays and Fridays, and now also throughout northern Macomb and all of St. Clair County on Channel 12 from the Comcast system. As always, we have some very interesting guests coming up in the month of October. It is National Library Month, right? No,
it's Teen Read Week.
Teen Read Week.
It's in October.
We'll talk about the library as if it is National Library Month with a couple special guests. The new librarian for St. Clair County, Allison Arnold. Welcome to the Roundtable.
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you. And you brought along Nicole Pinsky. Nice to meet you, Nicole.
Good to meet you.
You are in charge of the Teen Read Week. We'll get to that in a minute. But welcome to your new job.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. It's a pleasure to have you here. You're following some big shoes at the St. Clair Library System. Talk to me about the changes.
Changes to the system. Well, first and foremost, we're going to maintain the very high level of library service that the County of St. Clair is used to. That may include some changes in increased technology. But as far as customer service is concerned, the staff is very well trained and very well versed in good customer service, and that will not change. We do operate on a millage, which is voted upon, and that money helps to, well, it actually provides the majority of the service that the library is able to provide to the community. New services that we've added in the recent months, we have now an ebook collection. We are adding new ebooks every week, and we have seen a great increase in use of those books. Even though we have many, many books that are electronic, we also still have your print books and your audio books. You can download audiobooks now too. And so, as far as moving forward in the library system, you'll see some changes as far as accessibility, some changes to the services, but then you'll also see the maintaining of services that you're used to seeing.
We've been experiencing the library and its growth over the last few years, and its struggles because of budgets and those kinds of things.
Yes.
You've personally have been with the library system for quite a while.
Yes, actually, I started out as a reference librarian in the year 2000. So in the last 12 years, I've moved through the system as a librarian, working the front desk, working with the patrons face-to-face. I did teach the computer classes when we first started that program, and then moved into management level at the adult services as the adult services coordinator, and then moved into assistant director position about 6 years ago, and now into the directorship.
It's, as I said or alluded to earlier, it's big shoes to fill. Mr. Warwick was very involved in the community, and,
yes,
and you are also. Your background, you were actually with the Times-Herald for a while.
I was with the Times-Herald. I was their librarian for about 7 years.
People wouldn't realize that the newspaper would have to have a librarian, but...
Yeah. Well, they need to keep their articles and their information and their photos in some semblance of order, because the reporters do a lot of research when they do their stories. So that's what...
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, yes. The reporters that I worked with definitely did.
So from that experience, you really have a broad knowledge of what people's needs are, and being with the library the last 12 years,
yes,
you can see the customers, quote unquote, in the county, and what their changing needs are, like you referred to with the ebooks.
Yes, and actually I'm very excited because we're coming to the end of a long-range plan process. Actually, not the process, but our current long-range plan is coming to its end of life, which means that we'll be beginning a long-range planning process. The hope is that we will start in January, going out to the communities, having some forums, talking to the stakeholders for the library, and discussing the future direction for the library. And that will allow us to really get to know the community even better, find out where they would like to see their public library going, and then we can set some goals and initiatives for the long range.
Will you be asking for volunteers to work with you on that?
Yes, we will. You bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how will they just come to the library and say, hey, my hand's raised, I want to be involved?
Well, actually, we'll probably put the word out through the library links, which is
Okay.
our library newsletter. We'll probably put out some public service announcements looking for anyone who may be interested in working with us in that process. When it comes to the forums, we will be having more than likely a forum at each branch, maybe a couple, to target that particular area and that particular area's interest in the public library system.
At the beginning of the show, I was confused and said I thought it was National Library Month. When is National Library Month?
That is
Spring?
usually in the spring,
In the
yes,
spring,
in April.
okay. But you brought along Nicole Pinsky, who's going to talk to us about a celebration which is just around the corner in October 15th through the 20th, which is called Celebrate Teen Read Week. We'll get back to her in the library in a minute. Let's hear about you.
Okay, Teen Read Week is a initiative that was started in 1998 by YALSA, which is the Young Adult Library Services Association. It's basically to encourage teens to read for the fun of it.
Okay.
So this year, every year there's a different theme. This year's theme is It Came from the Library. So that can be interpreted in different ways, and we are looking forward to all the fun events that the branches are putting on. There's going to be contests all across the system, and then each branch will be providing different programs for the teens.
So you are saying, even though I've got reading assignments in school, you want me to still read more?
Yes.
Why? Because it can be fun, right?
It can be. It can definitely be fun. It also has been proven that it helps teens in school assignments, helps with their vocabulary, understanding different social issues and perspectives, just kind of giving a broader understanding of the world around them.
I just heard on the radio this morning on WPHM Riley Alley speaking from RISA at Great Starts that they've tied in with United Way and with the Dolly Parton group to provide books for the young infants, 1 to 5. It's got to be a wonderful program.
Yes, actually, we're very excited that she's doing so well with the program. We are not in on the front line with that, but we have been in contact with Ms. Riley and to let her know that we are very interested in partnering in the future. And the library has partnered with Great Start in the past, and we're looking forward to working with them.
And you have a number of children's programs already.
Yes, we certainly do, yes. For the very young children, we've got Small Wonders, we've got Lap Sit. Lap Sit's always fun because you get to go in with your small children and sit down on the floor with them and interact with them as the librarians read the stories and do the finger plays and that sort of thing. And we also have what's called a toddler play group, which is really a nice way for socializing, not just for the children, but for the moms too, and dads.
Yeah, right. And this time, this world, it is dads too.
Yeah.
The library is such a busy place. People don't realize it if they haven't been in it. But talk to me about the numbers and the people and the things, the computers, all that kind of. Those are staggering numbers that you have.
You bet, yep. The library system, which is 11 facilities across the county, we currently have about 170 wired computers available for public use. And last year, we logged over 200,000 hours of use.
200,000 hours.
Yes, and that just tells us that there's a value that is placed on the ability for people to come in, to use the internet, to access for work, for self-improvement, for communication. And in talking about the numbers of hours being used, the library system sees about 1.5 people through, and half a person I know, but 1.5 people through the library doors every minute.
Every minute?
Yes. So main library, we see about 800 people per day through the library. In the branches, They're smaller facilities, they serve a little bit smaller communities, but their numbers are, they see about 2 people every minute through their doors. We're
That's
very,
wonderful.
very busy, yeah. No longer the quiet libraries of old. We tend
Marion has left
That's right.
the building.
We tend to be more a community center,
Yes.
a meeting place.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I know in the St. Clair area that it's used by the Friends of the Library for lectures.
Yes.
And I think your other branches, some of them do that also.
Yes. The Friends of the Library are one of the most wonderful groups. Each of our branches has a Friends of the Library group. These are folks who have a loyalty to their library, who have a great desire to see their library be successful. And they do some fundraising to help us with our program costs. And they also put on programs like in St. Clair where they can bring in speakers and they can have very interesting, very forward-thinking kind of activities for the adults and sometimes for the children too.
Just a fun place. I don't want to miss this. October 15th through the 20th, Teen Read Week. Do we have to sign up anywhere? Can you go to different branches? Let's
Yep.
review this again.
Yeah, if you contact any teens interested, any parents interested, feel free to contact your local branch. They can give you all the information. Otherwise, you can visit our website at stclaircountylibrary.org.
Okay. It's just a fun thing to do, and it's a productive thing to do too. You talked about the future, and
Yes.
you're going to do a planning session. What have we missed? Have we missed anything here?
Have we missed anything for the future?
Or not for the future,
For the
but
future.
for just in our discussion. Any other?
Well, no, we do have the library website, which what Nicole just spoke about. We like to think of the library's website as our online branch.
Okay.
The online branch or our website allows people to access the library 24 hours a day. You can gain access to our databases. These are gatherings of information that are it's viable information. It's not just going out onto Google and
You have reference manuals
right,
and books.
yeah,
and-
rolling the dice to find out if you've gotten the right information.
Right.
Our databases are usually juried and very useful. The website also allows for a calendar of activities. So if you are looking for something to do at the library, the calendar can allow you to look at individual branches, individual age groups, particular program types. And then, of course, we have our library links, which is our library newsletter that comes out quarterly. And that's basically news about the library that you can use. And it's very informative.
Let's go over ebooks again.
You bet.
That is a hot subject, and you're happy about it.
We are very happy about it. The patrons are just loving it. The service that we are working through allows for the downloading of electronic books to many different devices, including, and not to be forgotten, your computer. So you can download material onto your computer and read from your laptop. Or
Doesn't have
from-
to be a Nook. Doesn't have to be
Exactly. Yes. Yep. We can't get everything in ebook format. A lot of that has to do with the particular agreements that each publisher has with the library community. But we do offer quite a bit. And if there's any title or topic that a patron is interested in seeing in our ebook collection, just give your local branch a holler and we will get it for you.
Okay. They said 10 years ago, 15 years ago, nobody was reading. I think that was a total lie. Everybody is reading now, aren't
Everybody
they?
is reading.
They're reading more, I think, than they ever did.
Yes, actually our print circulation statistics show that people are still checking out paper books, and in addition to that, they're checking out electronic books. So there may not be a doubling of the circulation, but people are reading in both formats, which is very exciting because at some point there may be a shift, not so much print and a little bit more electronic. But right now we're seeing a very eager population to read in general, and that's very exciting for us.
It really is.
Yes.
Well, it's a friendly, warm place. It's called the St. Clair County Library System. And we celebrate the Teen Read Week. Let's get them started early. I think they're already reading before, they're texting all the time, so they're reading.
That's right.
Have we missed anything?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think we've covered
Well,
quite
we
a bit.
really appreciate you coming by. We'll have you as January and February approach, when you get into that planning arena. Come on back and we'll talk about that and
I'd love to.
see what we can do.
Great.
Very nice. We'll do it.
Well,
I don't know who
thank
else
you.
say goodbye first.
That's okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's about it for this edition of Roundtable. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. Thanks for watching. CTV Channel 6 is proud to present the Roundtable. What's happening in the city, what's going to be coming up in the city. Roundtable gives us a chance to sit down with some celebrities, public officials, people who are important to the community.
My 5th term.
Yeah, it worked out.
5.5 months as the sheriff.
We're a public agency.
We needed a program where we could have a little more in-depth time, find out more about them, who they are, what they're doing, find out what their thoughts are, and let you have a chance to get to know them a little better.